Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after seeing Slingshot. This is a movie starring Casey Affleck, who I have mixed emotions about. I don't think I really like him, but maybe that's guilt by association because I hate Ben Affleck and I think he's a douchebag. So maybe I'm unfairly judging Casey. This has also got Lawrence Fishburne and Tomer Capone, who you may know from The Boys. And they are three astronauts that are brought on board, put on a mission. Because, stop me if you've heard this before, Earth's resources are being depleted, and so we have a last-ditch effort to try and save the world. This one is by sending a spaceship, which is going to slingshot, there you go, around Jupiter using Jupiter's gravity to get to Saturn and then mine methane. Because going 740 million miles, I think that's about maybe 765, somewhere around there, it's over 700 million miles away, is apparently the best way to get a renewable resource, but it's not really renewable because it's taking years and years to get there and millions and billions of dollars, and highly trained astronauts who are also on the way. Everything is going wrong, and there's too much of their sleep serum that is putting them into hibernation. And, you know, every time they wake up, something is subtly, or maybe not so subtly, going wrong. Again, this isn't anything that is revolutionary. This isn't anything that's new. I think the performances by all of the actors are fantastic. Casey Affleck is believable as he kind of descends into madness. This doesn't go into sort of an Event Horizon sort of thing. But if you think maybe The Martian or Interstellar or even Gravity with Sandra Bullock, and it was George Clooney, I believe, from all those years ago, right? You know, this is a movie that is sci-fi because it's spaceships and we're going, you know, to Saturn and, you know, all that sort of thing. But really it's about the emotional connection, and Casey Affleck is John, and he's been chosen. He's worked his whole life for this. There's a lot of connections throughout the movie as you see things and you can start to piece together the mystery or unravel what might or might not be happening. I would say, I don't know that I would call this movie riveting, but I think it's really good. And I think that there's some moments in it that are sort of shocking or at least exciting. Otherwise, it's kind of dull and repetitive. I did find myself wanting to stick through to the end to see what would happen. And I don't know, this is sort of a Shyamalan sort of thing, like the sort of movie he would want to make, but better. And I don't want to keep getting on him all the time. But, you know, the thing is, like, there is a twist. There's a mystery that you have to kind of figure out, because you've got to know as they're going crazy, as the crew is going crazy, you have to know, well, what exactly have I seen and what can I correlate back to what the information is that they've given me. So I think that is worth sticking around. I don't really have too much to say about it. I think this is a great movie. I think this is a movie that I'm glad they make, and I'm glad that it didn't go straight to a Netflix or a Hulu or whatever. And I know I've said that before, but I'm a big movie-going fan, obviously. And so I think it's great to have movies like this. It's really unfortunate. When we got in the theater, there was only one other person that was there, and they left, I think, halfway through. So unfortunately, if you do want to see this, you got to make it quick. So see it, stream it, or skip it. I would say definitely stream this movie at the very least when it comes out, especially if you like those, you know, not like a Star Wars sort of sci-fi, but kind of a realistic, not gritty. Gritty's not the right word, but a technical sort of sci-fi movie. You know, as far as seeing it in the theaters, again, I think we're going to have a limited window of being able to do that. And it isn't like Gravity where you need the big screen. So I think this is probably a movie that is worth just staying home and taking an evening and watching it, because it is definitely worth your time. And if you have seen it, please let me know what you think of the ending of this movie, because it's kind of a big deal. So I do want to discuss the ending of this movie really quick, and I kind of set this aside because there's going to be some spoilers, right? With the time that we come to this story, we're 9 months into the journey, into the mission, and he's already started to go crazy. And I think it's cool that we see those little signs of starting to question his reality and question what's going on. I really wondered why the hell would they send Lawrence Fishburne, who's almost 70 years old, on this mission? And obviously it makes sense by the end when we find out that there's only one person on this ship. And I think that the very end, even though it's cool how they kind of bring back everything, they bring back the moth and they bring back the connection and him starting to doubt his father and doubt his relationship with Zoe and all of that. I think that's really well done. But as he opens the airlock and he goes to step outside, there's that flashing, the black and red, kind of flashing screen. And I thought to myself, God damn, this is the best ending that I've seen in a movie in a long time, because I thought it was over there. But of course it doesn't end. So it goes on for that extra 2 to 3 minutes. And I think it's actually, I would love to have time to, I think it's 15 seconds of that black and red, where he's dying. And that's the same time that Lawrence Fishburne, the captain, had said, you can survive. And I think that going out, you definitely get the idea that, okay, he is imagining this. This is not reality, because you hear the voice, you hear John, I can't remember what his name is, the NASA commander, and you hear Zoe, and you know that they cannot be there, so you know that this has to be a fictionalized reality, right? But I think that if we had been able to end it on that black and red and that ambiguous ending where we don't know, was this real or was this not? Instead of telling us, yeah, absolutely, this was all fake, or at least, he was really in space, but his perception of the other two people and all that was fake. But anyways, this would have been one of the greatest endings, because we could have debated forever, like Inception, right? I definitely feel in Inception that there's a break in that movie. There's a point when it's all fake from then on. It's all dream from then on. And that's the point when he's in the hotel room and Joseph Gordon-Levitt comes. Anyways, I'm not getting into Inception here, but it could have been so good. Instead, it was just like, it was okay. Like, it was still a satisfying ending, but it was also a very much like, hey, you need to wrap this up. Like, maybe it was studio interference or something. I don't know. We didn't need that last bit. And so there we are. I just wish that it had ended on the ambiguity, and we could have questioned, hey, was he really underground, or did he actually make it to space? We guess we'll never know. So there we are. Anyways, I thank you. I appreciate it. And back to the regular video. I think that's where everything, obviously, that's the culmination of this whole thing. And there we are. So yeah, stream this movie. And I totally forgot once again, but if you could please like and share and subscribe, and especially that, liking and subscribing really helps with the algorithms and all that other stuff that we need to do. I appreciate you all, and I will see you after the next movie.